Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing some hunting maintenance, getting ready for season. I got this cell cam out here. I'm up in private up north here. It was attacked by a bear. You can see the teeth marks right in there, but I'm looking for new stand locations here. I have a swamp behind me. If you can see the green clearing, kind of got two corridors going up the food up north on the hill here. Another corridor going up, so there's food on top of the hill there. I was thinking maybe put the stand in like this tree, maybe one of those big ones up top there. But yeah, I'll get to the duck and goose information later, but this is just what the new stand setup might look like. I'll see what I get on cam here, but there's kind of two main trails. You can see this trail right here, second trail. They cross into one, make an intersection and go up the food. So this is where the deer bed. I'm getting a little in between action between the food and the bedding. So that's kind of where you want to set up. And that's about it for right now for deer news. I'll update you guys in the truck with some more stuff, but I might record some on the way out here of some other setups I got going on for bow hunting, for gun hunting. So that's it for right now. Got a nice little setup down in here. This is just further west of where I just recorded the intro to this video. So I'll flip the camera around here in a second, but this is where I shot my buck last year, right before gun season with the for archery. So I shot the small R7 here, but it's a nice little spot, nice little clearing. It's another connection point between the swamp I have back here to the beans and corn up on top. So it's a really nice shoot where I could hit them in between when they're traveling. So I'll flip the camera here, but I'll just run you guys down on the spot quick. So if you can see up there, that orange thing, that is where my previous stand location is. It's a nice little alleyway, shooting lane down here. So we got the field up top, corn this year. Usually it's beans. We'll see how that mixes things up. But got permission on this field right here, which it'd be a super tall, dirty, overgrown rye slash barley. Not 100% sure. It might be barley. That's what I'm leaning towards, but it's uncut. I'll video that in a sec. But got a nice shooting alley into the field from the left, from up there. That's how I shot the buck last year. But got a nice little open, leafy undergrowth going on here with an alley from the stand going down, crossing into the path. So from me to the stand, this is about 30 yards. Down there, it'd be about 45. So right in that, a little long range, but you know, nothing we can't do. So they got a trail going right through here, right along here. This is where my trail cam was attacked by a bear, monster bear, huge, probably a 350, 400 pounder. So got to be aware here. But yeah, that's it for spot number 2. This is a majority bow spot. I'm not going to be doing any gun hunting from this spot at all. This would be the rye barley field that I'm talking about. This is where I've shot so many deer out of this field, but shot my buck right up top there. Shot small buck, or smaller, the 7-point, interesting looking 7, had a crab on one side. Right up there during archery season, I shot my really nice 4x4 right up top on the hill there, for youth hunt. And then there's been a ton of deer harvested in this field, but usually it's corn. Previous years it has been unplanted, it has been alfalfa. The farmer who owns this really doesn't have a set crop here. It's kind of whatever. So this year it's a weird barley, super overgrown. Not sure if he'll chop it before season. We will see. But I have seen monster deer come out of that swamp. Monster deer feed in the field straight south of me. As you guys might know, Grandpa owns up top the pond and the corn about northwest of here, which hard to bow hunt, you know, staying in corn, but once it gets cut, obviously different story there. But this would be like early bow season stuff. I can run you guys down on the gun and late bow or like rut stands in a later video, but this is just getting a checkup on my early stuff, you know, opening weekend. If I can get some deer pattern dialed, that's obviously when you want to get your buck out of the way. You don't want to carry out does and whatever stuff early season. That's just a chore, super hot. But if you can shoot a buck early season, that's the best case. Saves time for other stuff. Then you're not worrying about meat the rest of the season, whatever. But yeah, that's about it for right now. I'll catch you guys in the next spot here, next stand. This would be the stand I shot my 7 crab out of last year for archery season. I shot him through this shooting lane. She was right about in there. 25 yard shot, nothing crazy. Went about right to the top of the hill, tipped over, but that's the stand. I'm not sure if I'll move it. We'll see how it all goes down. It's up in the air, but yeah, I'll walk up here really quick if you guys want to see the pond. This is a alleyway right along here, the edge of the field, but it's a weird crop. Barley, super overgrown. Not sure what he'll do with it, but so another stand, older stand, single ladder right there, just a gun stand. You know, it's hard, nothing really walks through there too much, but primarily a gun stand. You can shoot anything in this. There's the pond, as you know. I don't know if we post any videos, but duck goose spot, little loaf pond, mallard, you know, the basic stuff. So I have put a stand there in the past, that little corridor. That's a big rub tree. As you can see, that little one standing right in the middle. I've had many pictures of deer there. But yeah, that's the pond. That's my Grandpa's Hill, the swamp that I've been talking about. I filmed the intro right off that point. All the deer bed in this big thick stuff. They walk along here. They walk up to the corn. So I'm trying to catch them in between there when it's still light out. But yeah, that is what the field's looking like this year for bow. So right behind me, this tree, that would be my majority gun stand. That's where I go about 75% of the time when I'm gun hunting. I can overlook the entire field here. Then right back up there, we have our big box stand when we have to bear the elements. If we get cold or something, we go heat up in there. We put it up when there's a different crop rotation, so deer run different patterns, and now that's changed, so they don't go by there as much, but that's okay. We don't use it too much anymore unless we have to when it's cold. But yeah, that's about it for hope I see a fawn running over there. That's about it for deer right now. Just a quick deer hunting update. I will transition into duck mode here and talk about that when I'm back in the truck. All right, I just got back from my deer mission, scouting out bow spots, stuff like that, making sure everything's in line, which is great. Now I'm going to get into the waterfowl side of things. I'm not going to talk too long here, but we have plenty of, you know, loafs, feeds, everything, ducks, geese, like it's all covered. We got permission on so many spots this year. It's going to be great. Yeah, just going to be loaded hunts, loaded geese, loaded ducks, plenty of stuff to shoot. Yeah, so I'll just get into the calls quick. This is the lanyard I'm running. 3 drop, nothing crazy. I don't like having a lot of calls on my lanyard. I like it, you know, I don't like things jangling when I'm running or whatnot. So 3 drops, got my whistle on 1, you know, mallard, pintail, gadwall, widgeon, teal. You can kind of make all sorts of noises with a whistle. I won't get too far into that. Got my BG double nasty, new call this year. I like it. Just practicing on it. We'll see how it goes. Obviously when season comes, and see how I like it there. But gonna be starting with that. And then my goose call, molt gear, reflex. I've loved this call so far. Super easy to blow. You can do all sorts of stuff on it. Like it's easy, super easy to rip on. big goose, little goose. You can kind of change the tone. Super easy. But yeah, that's about it right now for my waterfowl lanyard setup. So three drops. That's what I'm going with to start. I will catch you guys for the decoy segment, what I'm going to be running. Like just personally, not the guys stuff. We have plenty of decoys this year, but my stuff that I have at the house and other gear. But yeah, that's about it for talking segment. So I'll catch you guys when I get back. All right, I'm back at the house. I'm just gonna go through, decoy stuff that I have here at the house right now, and kind of the basic stuff I got. So goose decoys, Silos, running some big L's this year. Nothing too crazy numbers wise. Down over here we got the duck and goose floaters. So we got 4 Flockhead Northern Flight goose floaters. Got 4 of those, and then I have a dozen Northern Flight on Texas rigs, mallards, and then I'll show these, a dozen Final Approach mallard floaters. Kind of get it a color variant there, so that would be the Final Approach mallard floater Drake, and this would be the Northern Flight. So them side by side, you can see kind of different molting stages for mallards. Just give it a mix up. Got them all on Texas rigs. And then I have a teal group in here too. So about 2 dozen mallards and some teal. So about 30 decoys, I think. For duck floaters, all on Texas rigs, like I said. And I got the goose floaters here. They look great. And got the Big Al silhouettes. I'll show those again. Right here. Lightweight, perfect. So yeah, that's about all for decoys. Oh, I got the Mojo running 1 spinner for my setup, maybe a jerk rig. But yeah, that's about it for the decoys. That's just a very basic rundown of stuff. So quick video, quick hunting update, but stay tuned, we got some big things on the way. So that's gonna be it for this video. I know it was short, but just a little hunting rundown, so stay tuned. We got more on the way for sure.